end of Prince Charles Park, and of course Tuva wearing blue and white, defending the hospital end or the northern end, if you like, of Prince Charles Park here in Nandi. It is Nawaka with the ball now as they float that out to the left as it goes out there to the number 13 rather, that is number 16, that is Naivalu with the ball, and it goes tackles at the same time as it is still within Nawaka in the territory of Tuva. Knock on by Nawaka as we wait for the ball to be fed into the scrum. Tuva to feed the ball into the scrum. And it is Douglas who will.
Okay, steady boy, steady, easy, black.
He seems to feed that from the wrong side of the scrum, but anyway, it has come now to the left, and it's been dropped forward by Tuva, and it will be a scrum to the Nawaka side. 9 meters into Tuva's territory. Welcome if you've just joined us. Probably most of you have just joined us from right around the country with the wireless platform.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. Steady wide.
As the ball goes in, hooked and goes back to their first five, and that is Nawaka first five, Naivalu. And it's taken in tackle there at the time, and Tuva is penalized, taken quickly by the Nawaka onto the 22-meter marker, onto the left. Nawaka goes still with the ball and comes back and throws it in. It just goes to Ndenge with the ball. He pushes it out wide and with the Nawaka. The lanky guy from Nawaka seems to is going to outpace everyone and dives in for a lovely try. And Nawaka has taken the lead. And it is 5 points to Nawaka, and Tuva, of course, yet to score a try. Wonderful try. That was from the lanky guy of Nawaka. That looks like Vili Kesa, if I'm correct. I can see the replay there. That's a flower of the lanky guy that has gone past everyone and dives in for that wonderful try. And it is Nawaka who's leading at this point in time by 5 points to nil. And the conversion seems to have floated up to the left. In fact, it's hit the upright, and the score remains has 5 points to Nawaka, and Tuva yet to score. Nawaka to start from midway. High it goes from Nawaka as it was Navuda Rupeni who waits for the ball and goes up to the right, and it is Tuva by the looks onto the 22 and still going Tuva, and of course he's going to score, coming around to score under the uprights, but it's been cut off, and Tuva has leveled the score. It is now Tuva 5 and Nawaka 5. Wonderful display of sevens rugby from the under-19 teams. And if you've just joined us, welcome to Prince Charles Park here in Nandi. And it is Tuva who have just scored their first points of this encounter. It is Nawaka 5 and Tuva 5.
10 seconds.
As we wait for the conversion. It seems that that is scraped the left and upright, and the score still remains, and of course Tuva will restart from center. It is Douglas Daniels to restart from the center. It goes from Douglas Daniels, and it's taken wonderfully there by Ndenge Samuela. Samuela tries and barges way through, still with Samuela. Still with the ball, Nawaka trying to push and pump their way through. And this distributed to the back by Ndenge, and off to the extreme left. That was Denga is still and he's gone and tackled right on the 10-meter mark, Tuva territory. Still with the ball, they try and pull him down, and then they've managed to take him down. Again to Nawaka, spun out to the right this time around. And right at the extreme right is Ratuanga Aprosa, and he's been caught. And a wonderful step the time around from the number 9, Chosevata. And to the left seems like a one-man overlap. And Nawaka with the ball, he decides to turn in, even though there's a one-man overlap onto the left. He's decided to come back into thick traffic.
Hit him off, eh? Okay, toss low. Toss
And
wide,
the
toss
referee,
wide.
what is the referee?
Toss
But
wide,
it looks that
toss
there was a knock on,
Number 22. Number 22. Number
and
12.
we see the assistant referee
Both
coming
yellow.
in,
Okay.
talking
22.
with the
12.
referee
Skipper.
there.
Both
And
yellow.
he's looking towards
White tackle.
the Tuva
Both.
team, and in fact he's yellow carded a Tuva player, and it is
Okay.
the number 12, Sikeli
Hi.
Nailenga. Quickly taken by Nawaka to the right, and a long pass that time around is gone to Ratu Aprosa. Aprosa with the ball, and he pushes it back, and Nawaka has once again scored a wonderful try after a long pass that time around to Ratu Aprosa, and he switches that back in, and Nawaka has gone in for another try and has extended their lead now, taking it on to 10. Nawaka 10 and
Yellow card.
Tuva 5.
Number 1.
Nawaka 10 and it is Tuva 5, and once again he's calling on a Tuva player. This will be 7 against 5. We've seen Wasawale Pinyasi of the Tuva side been given another yellow card, and they've reduced the number further now to 5. Welcome if you've just joined us on this live commentary coming away from Prince Charles Park here in Nandi. This is the 31st
Skipper.
Fijibita Nawaka Sevens, and this is the under-19 semi-finals.
Penalty, boy, penalty. Penalty.
As you can get started quickly, taking the time around, the referee has given them a penalty on the halfway meter mark, and it is with Nawaka once again. Nawaka onto the 22-meter area.
No.
Quickly halfback coming in through that time. Apenisa switches it to the left, comes down to Aprosa, and Aprosa once again will dive in for another lovely try, and it is seems like a walk in the park for this Nawaka side. They've extended the lead further now to 15. 15 to Nawaka and 5 to Tuva. As you can see the replay there, the ball there been spun to Ratu Aprosa, and Aprosa using his lengthy frame and strolling, and it's almost a stroll in the park for Ratu Aprosa, and dives in for Nawaka's 5th try. The first of the 2 semi-finals of this under-19 and the 31st Fiji Beta Nawaka Sevens.
Fiji Drive School semifinal. Mga young boys, kaya sa inyo mo.
Lewat umur tu kita nak, ayo. Sige na. Pindu. On na. On. Skipper, right. Skipper.
Okay, this is the second half of the first final of the under-19s kick off that time around from Nawaka, now defending the northern end or the hospital end of Prince Charles Park, and of course Tuva, the opponents here this afternoon, defending the northern end, and the Nawaka it was that was defending southern end. As we see Nawaka now onto the 22-meter line and is bundled out of touch 10 meters from the corner flag, and it was a wonderful coverage at the time. Covering up was Tuva, and they tried to throw in it quickly and they've done so, and referee has allowed that 10 meters out from their own try line. Kick forward by Tuva. Ball landing into no man's territory, and as we see the Tuva number one Vosawale Penyasi come in there, but Nawaka has managed to secure that ball, and it is Nawaka Dengay gone right through and looking for support. There doesn't seem to be any support around him. It takes a long time for the Nawaka supporters to come in, as we see the referee calling on the Tuva player, and this time around it is going to be Sakusa who's been sin-binned and set off to the naughty boys chair. On to the left this time around, it has gone on to Ratu Aprosa and into the ground, and referee
Offside.
has penalized Nawaka for coming in offside. Quickly taken the time around by Douglas. Douglas quickly gives it out. Still with Douglas, in fact, now he's decided to give it out, and it's going to looks like Volauda, and still with Volauda, but the referee said, "Now, unfortunately, that has dropped and gone forward." Or in fact, he's penalized Nawaka, giving the advantage to Tuva. I had thought that Penyas was actually sent out, but he's now onto the field of play once again, as we see Tuva trying their very best to score another try or two. As we wait for Tevita, out it goes, and now to Daveta Douglas once again, try to step his way through and offloads the ball. It's now with Sowane, and that has gone backwards, says the referee.
First by black, then by white. Strong.
Referee saying there were two-way knock-ons, first from Nawaka and the second one by Tuva, and he says we will take the first knock-on, which was by Nawaka.
Okay, sub-black.
Scrummage, it will be to the Tuva side.
Mike, come on, scramble. Wait, go, Mag, go. Mag, go, wait. Bukan turun. Sir. Okay. Crouch.
Good crowd gathered here this afternoon at Prince Charles Park in Nadi, as we can see the grandstand over here filled right to the brim. There's absolutely no space, and weather, we will say the heat is around about 32 degrees and absolutely no wind to worry about. As we see now, Gideon with the ball is taken in the tackle, good tackle that was from Nawaka, and quickly out still with Tuva. On to the left, as we see Daveta pushes his way through, and the referee said, Nawaka, you were offside. Comes back to Tuva onto the right, it's still with Douglas by the looks. He tries to step his way through and pushes it back, as we see the number 10 this time around. It's Gideon who has gone in and scored another try for Tuva, and that has taken their tally to 15. As you can see there, steps onto the right and onto the left and pushes the ball out to the right and dives in for a wonderful try to Tuva. And the conversion has gone in, and successful conversion that was from Tuva. And Tuva has gone back to center field to restart from center field. Doesn't seem to go the required mandatory 10-meter mark, and would be a penalty to Nawaka right on center field. Penalty to Nawaka right on center field. This is the first of the two semi-finals of the under-19s. Nawaka to the right of your screen, defending the southern end or the hospital end of Prince House Park, and of course their opposition, Tuva, defending the northern end or the airport end of Prince House Park. Referee is calling for time off.
8 place blue.
Remember, you can catch this commentary on live stream as well, and of course he is penalized, Tuva, for talking back or chatting back. And it's with Nawaka now 13 meters into their territory, and as you can see, approximately 18 from the grandstand touchline. The ball doesn't seem to go out or off the field and at the back. Safe and sound is Daveta Douglas. Off to the left that time around. Wonderful step the time from the number 10, Gideon. And the referee has penalized Nawaka once again for a high tackle, and is given a yellow card to Cholani, Nayangi Cholani. Quickly, and spins that one left, as we see once again it is with Tuva. The looks, Tuva will go again and score a wonderful try, and this time around it will be Maika Bali who will score the try, and this will take on their 10 to 22. It will be Tuva 22 and Nawaka 15. As we wait for the conversion, and we're nearing completion over here. It'll be time up anytime now. We're on referee. There you go. As you can hear the siren that time around, and it doesn't matter whether it floats through, and is actually gone through as well. And Tuva.
Last play. Siya nga, tangke. Pagkaman tayo, chorto tip ko. Ayun, yung penalty ah. Ikaw natin mo lang ito. Hirara.
The referee says there's still time to play, as we see Nawaka toiling around over there. That the game is in the bag, but they have decided to throw that out wide, and by doing so, the ball is flowed out of the field of play. In fact, it is Tuva who's toiling around. It is Nawaka who is trailing. Tap once again from just a meter or so outside the 22. It is with Nawaka trying to push their way through. It will be a 75-meter dash, as it looks, still with Nawaka anyway. Into the racking situation there. Out once again. Nawaka. As we see Nawaka trying their best, but they've made a mistake, and the referee, that's time, that's it, boys. And Tuva have raised their hands in jubilation, take this one out, and have beaten Nawaka here this afternoon.